Well, good evening to everybody. Well, I mean, it's evening for me. I mean, I guess depends where you're at. It could be morning, it could be day, it could be evening, but, it's evening for me, it's nighttime for me, of course. But just, to make a little video, explain, talk, because again, just trying to give you all some good, kind, and at least just encouraging positive words, and also explain because I also like on TikTok explain because I always understand like it depends on someone's profile, like somebody's profile is the Joker, or Jason Voorhees, or Freddy Krueger, Mike. Like you expect like that's the stuff that they post, because maybe that's what they cosplay as or something. But maybe not all the time. They might just be fans, and that's what they have the profile. Like, see, mine, is the Joker on there and this and that, and it's like, yeah, that may be misleading because if I'm posting things about God or positive things, it's like it is. And I had somebody, and they weren't being rude, which I don't care. I don't expect, because again, I don't take no offense. Hey, you have a right to your opinion, whether I agree or disagree. We all I mean, number one, I'm just a fan of the Joker. It's like, number one, it don't matter what the profile is or picture. But, more or less what I'm just trying to do is just, let you know, yeah, God is there. Give yourself to Him. Jesus, ask Him for guidance. Ask Him for, when you feel alone, you're not alone. And I even post the same video that I posted on there, on my, on my TikTok and stuff, on my shorts, on here. And it don't matter if you want to hear it or if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. But there may be somebody out there that they may want to hear it. You know, because, it's just more or less because, again, you see the troubled times and the worries and this and that we are having to go through and deal with. And, I mean, so just trying to give uplifting, encouraging, positive words, I mean, you see, like I said, you watch the news and it's depressing and hard to watch the news. You can't even watch the news because, all they tell you is bad. Bad, bad, bad. This is going to get bad. Oh, this is, oh, it's nothing, but negativity, you know. And the problem is so many people are they're feeding off of that negativity. People are feeding off that negativity. I mean, it's like if somebody's in a bad mood and they're angry, what happens? You get angry. Or if somebody, like, somebody yawns, what happens? You yawn. It's contagious. You know? Or if somebody's happy and this and that, you get happy. It makes you happy. Or if you see somebody laughing, you can't help but not laugh. So it's like, you see what I mean? So it's like, the news, it's just disappointing because they don't. They never hardly show any good, anything that's good that's going on, positive. People are always just seeing the bad, the negativity. And that's just the thing. There's so much negativity and hate going around. And that's what people are feeding off of. So you want people to see more kindness and positive things and positive words and, and that's all I try to do, Like, I don't care about the hate. I don't care what you tell me, what the haters are doing, this or that, and you know what? That's because they're feeding off of, that's what they're feeding off of. They're feeding off of so much hate and negativity. And that's all they care to, They are, and that's all they're doing. And, they're spreading around hate. They're attacking people. They're making up rumors and this and that about people. That's not true. But the thing is, again, that's why you can't pay attention. Don't pay attention to the negativity that they're posting, because then you're feeding off of it. You're believing in the stuff that they're saying. The stuff that they're saying is not true. It's not, So that's why, I try to post videos that, and like I said, you like them, you like them. You don't. I don't care. But I don't care what the haters are doing, and same for my followers, because I know I'm going to get told about that. Number one, anybody who subscribed to me or follows me, I don't care where, if it's TikTok or if it's, anywhere. Like I said, just ignore. Like I said, again, it don't matter what you do. Number one, if you don't see the way things are and how people act in this country, it's mind blowing that people make a big deal and will harass anybody, even kids. I'll tell you one. If any of you are football fans, and I think it's the Kentucky Chiefs or the Chiefs, and they sort of always dress up like an old Indian, but their colors are black and red, okay? And any of you football fanatics, well, these people on social media go and attack a little kid and make a big deal, which they owe, the kid a little, pretty much they should make an apology for her harassing and just bashing a kid for no reason, because he had his face painted, and because they were only seeing the one side, which was black, but he turned his head. It's like, no, you can easily see the red. It was two colors, and it's like, what's wrong? How many people you're watching a football game do you see, or if you go there, have their faces painted, have their favorite football team? The kid was enjoying himself supporting his favorite football team. And it's like, you're bashing over his face being painted because it was black. Okay, well, what about the Steelers? If somebody had their face painted black and yellow, it's like, people, like, it goes to show, people will lose their minds, have a meltdown, and get triggered over anything. And half the time, it's over stupidity and ridiculous things. You are freaking out, having a meltdown over a kid that is just out there having fun with his dad, with his parents, watching the football game and supporting his favorite football team. And because his face is painted, black and red, which, again, is because the colors of his football team. And he's just out there supporting, but you people are having a meltdown. It's like, it just doesn't matter what you do. People are going to have a meltdown and completely lose their mind. But they don't realize, you know what? You're having a meltdown, losing your mind over things because you can't take the time to realize, and you're sitting there, going on social medias, and pretty much you're just making an idiot, an embarrassment out of yourself. Bashing that person because you can't understand because of what they're doing. Like, it don't matter what somebody's doing. It don't matter whether you agree or you don't agree, or you like or you don't like, but you're going to go on social media and have a meltdown over it. And, like there's just a lot of stuff that I see people have a meltdown over, and you just sit there and shake your head like, this is how bad it is in this country, that you can't give your opinion. Heck, you can't even be a comedian and tell jokes without people, again, ripping you to shreds. Because people just can't take the time to understand things. They just see something that they don't like or they don't agree with, and they just lose their mind and have a complete meltdown. And it's like, yeah, but all you're doing is making an embarrassment and making a fool out of yourself. So that's why I just always tell you guys, or anybody, like, that's why it don't matter what you do. If you're not hurting anybody, you're not hurting anything, then don't give a shit whether people think, because it don't matter. People are going to have a meltdown and come at you like, yeah, you just committed a crime, even though, no, you're not doing anything wrong. Like I said, it just doesn't matter. In this day and age, the way people are, they let their emotions and actions get the better of them so easily that they just don't take time to understand something. They just don't see something they like or agree with, so they immediately have to go on social media and just start ranting and raving and having a complete meltdown over it. It's just ridiculous. So, you just, again, be yourself, and just do what you're doing. Like I said, you're being honest with yourself. You're not hurting anybody, bothering anybody. Don't give a shit what other people think. If they want to run their mouth, make fools of themselves, ranting and raving and this and that, that's not your problem, that's their problem. But I just wanted to get on and say this, because I always like to try to explain things the best I can, clarify. But yeah, like, people, like I said, do the same thing like me, man. Spread more of positivity and kindness, because that's what people need to see. Like I said, too many people are feeding off of so much bad and negativity, and that's the biggest problem, But anyway, guys, take her easy.